Good morning. We welcome you again today to Morning Encouragement. Hope your day has started out and is going well today. I was thinking this morning about a message I heard yesterday. One of my friends was preaching and online, and I was able to hear that and enjoyed that so much. He had three basic points. I won't say that he had 3 points in a poem. He might have had a poem too. I don't recall that, but I do recall the 3 points, and they've been on my heart for the last 24 hours. And I wanted to share with you what I was thinking about this morning. His 3 points, he was talking about it's all about Jesus. It's not about me and you, it's all about Jesus. And what he was referring to is this life, and the life that we're living is not about us, it's about Jesus if we're a Christian. And so he was reminding us of 3 very important things that he thought Christians should do in these days, even in difficult times. Number 1, it comes from Hebrews chapter 12, by the way. He reminded us, first of all, that we need to lay aside the sins and those things which hinder us from running the race that God's given us, from living a life to bring honor and glory to Him. And he reminded us that we need to lay aside those sins and those things which would hinder us and keep us from living properly. And then number 2, he said that we needed to be looking unto Jesus. Don't forget, number 2, to keep your eyes on Jesus. You see, in this day, we look at and make COVID or some sickness or some disease or some problem in our country or some disagreement that we've heard about among leaders or what have you. We make that to become our goal, our thing that we're looking to and living for. And that's sad, because we should never do that. As Christians, we should keep our eyes on Jesus and continue to look to Him. He's the author and the finisher of our faith. He's the one who we can trust in to lead, guide, and direct us if we continue to go toward Him, reaching toward Him and the goal of living the Christian life and becoming more and more like Him. So my friend said, lay aside those things which would hinder you, the sin that so easily besets you. Also look unto Jesus. But the 3rd point really stuck with me. He said, number 3, we ought to be, even in these harshest of times, longing for His return. And I thought, over the years of my ministry, I've met several people who have been willing to lay aside sin and turn to Jesus. I've met many people who are constantly living, looking to Him and wanting to please Him and strive Him. But, I wonder how many of us actually are longing for His return. I know one thing, as you get older and the sickness and the pain becomes greater and your tolerance level seems to become less and less, you have a desire to see Jesus. But we should be longing for His return. And I want to ask you today, what are you living for? What's the driving force in your life? Is it Jesus Christ? It should be all about Him. And if so, remember, keep a clean life, look to Jesus, and long for His return. One day He's coming back, and He's going to deliver us from sin, the presence of it, and even from the penalties already been removed, and then from the very presence of it will be removed. And we'll be with Him forever and ever. What a joy that brings to my heart this morning to remember that again and remind you that we have a great purpose in life. It's not about family. It's not about employment. It's not about career. It's not about money. It's about Jesus, if He saved your soul. How are you, honey? Good morning.
Hi there.
I'm through preaching now.
I thought about when you were talking about that, about John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Right.
And my devotional that I've been using for a couple of days is Chuck Swindoll's Good Morning, Lord, Can We Talk? And I've really liked some of the things that he's had in there, but this particular one the other day really spoke to my heart. It says, the gift that keeps on giving. And you're talking about keeping our eyes on the Lord. And it said, although it may be a little ahead of schedule, it's not too early to give some things away for Christmas. And not just wait till Christmas Day. And he said, maybe from now till Christmas, we could start giving some things to people that would really make a difference. And then he listed a lot of them, and I'm not going to read all of them because you know yourself the gift that you could give that would keep on giving. But he said, mend a quarrel. And I thought, wow, wouldn't that be a special Christmas to have somebody that you've been at odds with and maybe quarreled with, that you could mend and restore that relationship. Another was maybe seek out a friend who you had not thought about or have any contact with for a long time. You never know what they might be going through, and we have had the privilege doing the encouragement programs that we have made contact with people that we haven't been able to see or talk to in a long time, that have reached out and said, it's so good to see you. It's good to be encouraged by what you say. And I thought, there's some other friends that I know that I want to reach out to that maybe aren't here. Said, hug somebody tight and say, I love you.
It's kind of hard to do with social distancing, you know, but I know what you mean. We can hug with a virtual hug if we can't do it personally. Let them know you love them. That's the key.
Exactly. But just a lot of things. And again, when you think about what John 3:16 says, what he gave, and how little it would take from us to reach out to others and to really make a difference this year, and not let it be a Christmas that's all about material things, but about personal things.
Right. I think
Sorry.
that's great, honey, because while I was looking at the things we as Christians need to do toward God and for His sake, for what He's done for us, you now are giving the best encouragement that could be given today, because we then are to let His love be extended through us to others, and that's what you're saying. And I think that's a great idea, man. If you got somebody you can give them something a little ahead of Christmas time, be real special. Mend that difference. Give that hug.
Some families are really struggling. Their loved ones have lost jobs, they've lost businesses. And maybe to pay a utility bill, maybe to pay a doctor bill, maybe to just give them a gift of groceries or, different things like that could make such a big difference and mean a lot to them. But let your light and love of Jesus shine through in giving in that way, maybe instead of just material things that you don't remember from one year to the next what you've given.
That's wonderful advice, Sandra. I think so many times we forget that this life is to be about others, about Jesus and others. And certainly we want to be mindful of that during this season.
Sorry for the tears.
That's
I don't
okay.
know
We
why.
understand that you have pain and that you're suffering, and I'm just thankful you're here with me. Again, one of the things that I say, we live like we live and we do what we do because of what we love. And if we love God, our lives will show it.
Absolutely.
And I want to be faithful until He comes for me, because that's going to be a wonderful time, as we said earlier, longing for His return. Let's sing the little chorus, Some Golden Daybreak. Jesus will come. Is that on your mind?
Might be on my mind. It might not come out my voice.
Okay, let's try it.
Some golden daybreak,
Jesus will come. Some golden daybreak, battles are won. We'll shout the victory, break through the blue. Some golden daybreak for me, for you. God bless you. Thank you for joining us today. Be encouraged in the Lord, and we hope to see you again tomorrow.
It is a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.